All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another live stream covering World Creator 2021. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this up into a couple different biomes, and we can see those biomes by selecting the biome icon right here. That's the wrong icon. Ah, there we go. That's the right icon, actually. All right, so the biome icon lets you see the biome split. And we can reduce this again to bring in some of the yellow biome, and you can see the blue biome and the pink biome here. All right, so what we're going to do is let's just reduce this to nothing so that we can just see these two biomes. Okay, then if I can click that. So let's go ahead and just hide this biome real quick so that we see only the blue one. Let's go ahead and just add a few things because what I want to do here is just create real quick an example terrain of something. I'm not worried too much about exactly what it looks like right now, but I'm just going to get a couple of filters in here to further exemplify what I'm after. Okay, so this is fine. And let's go ahead and actually, I meant for these to be up there, but that's okay. We'll just keep that as overwrite and add a color. I'll make this pretty dark green. All right. So what you can do is say you have this particular biome that you like, and you've textured it. Let's just say any number of ways, but you want to export this out as its own sort of thing. Say you like this, for example. Let's just reduce this down. All right. This isn't a very good terrain just yet, but say, for example, you liked this biome and you're like, oh, this is pretty sweet. So I want to save this out and export it to be used in another project entirely. Like, so this is the beginning setup of a biome type that you like. So you select the biome here, which you can see it's the one that we just created. And you now have these export and import buttons. So if we go ahead and export just this biome, all right, we can export this out as a special type of file type. So I'm just going to name this sort of a grassland-esque. Okay, so we've exported that out. And if we were to open this folder as an example, once I navigate to it, that's in biomes. All right, so here I have 3 different biomes here. So I have grasslands, a mountain biome, and a rocky desert biome. So what we just created was this grassland biome, and it's specifically a different file type because it was an exported biome. But say, for example, we wanted to import a couple other biomes. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and select or unhide this biome here. And let's create one more in this string. All right, so we have 2 different additional biomes here. And let's see how these are being distributed. Let's reduce the, let's reduce the percentage of, wrong one. The green one is the bottom one. Yep. Let's reduce the percentage of the green biome a little bit. And since it's at the bottom of this stack, it should be the bottom percentage down here in the bottom to adjust. All right, so let's now say we have created a biome somewhere else that we just talked about. So now I have a mountain biome and a separate rocky desert biome that I want to then import on top of one of these two biomes. So let's choose the pink biome here. And this time, instead of exporting, let's click import. So let's go ahead and just choose the mountain biome in this case. And you see now it has added this mountain texture biome automatically. And with that, it renames the biome to that mountain one that I have. In comes all of the filters that were created for that biome and the textures as well. So all the textures come in for this particular biome. All right, let's go ahead and add the last biome. Click import on this green biome here. Going to click the rocky desert one that I created. And now we have 3 different biomes of distinct different styles here. So basically what I'm saying that we can do now is, if what I would do is create a terrain, just one solid terrain here in World Creator of one biome type. Don't worry about using the custom base shape. If you do use the custom base shape, I believe this sort of stuff will come into effect when you import that, especially if it's a file type. So the reason why that first biome we created is this World Creator 3P is because it's a biome specific file. The mountain biome here and the rocky desert biome that I have here isn't I didn't export that out as a biome from the biome stack. This is a whole World Creator file in and of itself. So you can even import any World Creator file in as a biome. You could also, if you wanted to, take the rocky desert biome and then drag and drop and added it into the stack. And it should add a whole new biome once you add that in. But I'm not going to go to it in this case. So basically what's a good idea is to set up a list of different biomes that you've designed. And these are what is in the future, hopefully pretty darn soon, if everything works out right on the developer's end, these are going to be what's your presets. So in the very beginning, if I can make this work right. So here I pressed F1, and this is going to be sort of a different function at some point, but you can see my recent projects. I opened the mountain biome and the rocky desert biome or project files at some point. And so when you export a biome, there's going to be at some point in time, you can say, hey, this biome is a preset, or this list of textures are a preset that I would like to use later on. So this is a series of presets right here that, well, it will be here at some point. This is the new sort of window browser or wizard helper at the very beginning of a new project. If you so choose, you can start a new project, open a recent project, but here in this list will be a list of presets that you've established from somewhere in here. Maybe in the first biome that we created, there'll be a button right here that says save as preset. And then that preset will then be added to a list or a folder structure of lists. So what I'm essentially establishing here by setting up a biomes folder and creating different biomes of World Creator project files by themselves, you can then create your own presets if you want, or store them here and then import them into various ways. At some point, I'm not entirely sure, this whole being able to control where these 3 different biomes go will eventually be manual. Right now, it's all based on, seed values. These seed values here on how they're sort of arranged. And it's a little daunting at first. If we go ahead and turn on the biome color here. This is deceiving. Let's change this color to pink. Change this color to a sharp green because there's too many similar colors in here. Okay, perfect. Is all this making sense so far? Does anyone have any questions? I know we're kind of running through this probably a little too quickly, but uh, between the biomes, we can see some of them have a pretty harsh transition. And again, we can change that by selecting the main biome here and adjusting the blend range. So this one should be, that increases, changes blue. Go ahead and lower this down a tad. There we go. Try and blend some of these in just a little bit. You can see it's blended just a little bit further. Turn this off. I've completely removed this to the blue biome a little bit. So let's do this one too. Let's reduce the percentage of the mountains a little bit. So eventually we'll have better control on what these actually do. We're like masking in these eventually. And we're going to cover masking in just a second. This color here. There we go. All right, so we've literally created something a little random here. All right, so what we've essentially established here is 3 different biomes from 3 different world creator projects. And this first biome is just the biome that we made in the beginning. And also we can adjust the operations a bit too. So say we don't want this to overwrite, we'll just do none. We set this to these to none, then they should only affect the color and oh, I see now. This is for the filters work, but it's for the filtering. Let's try moving these into each other. See what that gets us. None. Bring in the subbiome a little bit here. Subbiome here. Getting some really wild effects. I don't think I like that too much. All right, let's actually make the mountain one the last one. So I'm not wasting all this time. There we go. All right, so let's see how doing this from scratch sounds. So let's turn this off. Let's create a new design here. How about we can create a sand simulation if we wanted to. Actually, that's going to be pretty intensive, so we're not going to worry about a sand simulation today. I might do a stream specifically talking about sand simulations later on. All right, let's do something a little bit like this. Kind of get the effect. All right, so here, I'm going to create somewhat of a little variation so that we can add to what we've been doing. All right, so this biome, we're going to export this out and call this one odd. All right, new project. Okay, this time, go ahead and add a few biomes here. The first biome will import the odd biome that we just created. The next one, let's just import the rocky desert. Alrighty. And the last one, let's import the mountain one again. So here we go. Just another further example of how we can then establish our own custom presets.